The state Manchester United is right now starts from management, Eric Ten Hag, and then the captaincy, Bruno Fernandes, who in the 10 matches this season that he's played, 0 goals. But guess what? He does have 2 red cards in 2 important matches. Home to Tottenham, where they got bounced around, slapped around. 3-0 at home at Old Trafford in front of the likes of Wayne Rooney, who brought his child to go watch the match. And Bruno Fernandes had a stinker as the captain. Lead by example is what they say. Well, he clearly led by example because the team followed directly to a 10-man 3-0 loss to Tottenham, who wasn't even doing so great prior to the Man United game. But hey, when you look into the Man United fixture, you're like, oh, we're going to bounce back and we build up momentum from the United game. And that's exactly what Tottenham have done. Bruno Fernandes, since he's been named captain of Manchester United, has been nothing but a disgrace. And United legend, one of the best captains we've seen in football, knew this a year ago when Roy Keane reacted to Bruno Fernandes being named captain, said, the first thing I do is change the captain. Bruno Fernandes is not a captain material. He's moaning all the time. He's the complete opposite of what a captain should be. For him, well, a captain, a real captain, a respectable one. Because I'm not a United fan, but I can respect Roy Keane, and I can see him as the captain of any team in the world at his prime. Because Roy Keane led by example. He was a leader, a true man who would fight for his team. Unlike Bruno Fernandes, who has been nothing but moaning left, right, and center. When Cristiano Ronaldo was at Man United, right? The whole media, Eric Ten Hag himself, attacked him for his mentality. He wanted the team around him to be at a high level, fighting for trophies. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad, for the most part, did not see it the same way. These, the likes of Marcus Rashford, who fell off the face of the earth. At the time, you had other teammates as well who weren't at the same mentality as Cristiano Ronaldo. And, when Cristiano Ronaldo would get a bad pass or something and he'd throw up his hands or he'd react to the referee, the whole media and Eric Ten Hag would attack him, be like, Cristiano Ronaldo shouldn't be doing this. What is Ronaldo doing? Oh, this. He would get nothing but attacks saying he's bringing down his teammates with all this reaction. But Bruno Fernandes, since he's arrived at Man United, you look at the Porto game, you look at the Tottenham game before he's sent off. Clearly, he's, a cross is put in, he doesn't get the ball in the box, and he's throwing up his hands. He's throwing up his hands, throwing a fit, yelling, and then later on gets a second yellow. And I still haven't seen the media, show the same energy. Because Cristiano Ronaldo, yes, he did this, right? But he wasn't getting a red card. There was no way that Cristiano Ronaldo was getting more red cards than goals. Ronaldo at 37 was third in the Premier League goal scoring, and he was only outdone by lads who were breaking records. Erling Haaland had 36. Kane had 30. These guys are in their peak. Ronaldo was 37. I guarantee you, Erling Haaland and Harry Kane at 37 years old will not score double-digit goals in the league. I will tell you that right now. And Cristiano Ronaldo was carrying that squad, and instead he was attacked when he would react, right? But Bruno Fernandes is reacting and getting red cards, all right? Not only, you throw up your arms up, all right, that's not the best look. But if you're going to go out there and then get another second yellow for back-to-back matches, then it's a problem. He needs to be stripped of his captaincy, but we know that Eric Ten Hag is not going to do that. Eric Ten Hag loves Bruno Fernandes, and he will feel for him. It's absolutely a joke because this is your captain. This is the guy who should be leading the team, but he can't stay on the pitch for 90 minutes, and it's not like he's getting subbed out. He's getting red cards. It's absolutely disgraceful. I've been saying, the amount of center attacking mids that have came in at Manchester United, and they have not been able to start over Bruno Fernandes because the manager has, refused to take him off. I've said this in previous videos. You can go look back. That, since Van der Beek's there, since, Mason Mount transfer, I've been saying Manchester United should be cashing in on Bruno Fernandes. It was a great fee of 40-50 million that you got him for from Sporting. You've managed to double his value. Last summer was the perfect time to get rid of him because you came in and bought Mason Mount, who played the same position. And somehow, some way, Eric Ten Hag thought he was going to be able to play a midfield with the Finnish Casemiro with no legs and Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes in front. I don't know who told him in his right mind that was going to work. But for one, Mason Mount has not been able to be on the pitch, right? Bruno Fernandes basically cannot finish a game without getting a red card. The lad that I feel so sorry for is Van der Beek because he got his career thrown away at Manchester United, and now he's at Girona scoring in Champions League nights, right? For a team who's in the Champions League, Girona. And he's doing very well compared to Bruno Fernandes, who he couldn't get a minute off him. This is why it's a disgrace that this lad has somehow fallen such in favor at Man United. I don't know why. He's been one of the most overrated players because his stats have been inflated by penalties. If you take away penalties, he's nothing but a Bournemouth center attacking mid statistically wise, all right? All I have to say is that Bruno Fernandes has done nothing for Man United. If you're going to say, oh, he's brought us a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup, lads, Man United used to sack managers the day after they won an FA Cup and Louis van Gaal. Now you win an FA Cup and you finish 8th, and we're talking about contract extensions. We're talking about contract extension. Sorry. It's a disgrace. It's a fall from glory. You are right now such in poverty mode that you right now are at 13th place. You are unbeaten in Europe, but also you have 3 games and you've drawn to Twente and Porto. These are teams Man United used to put away in Champions League nights. Now these are teams that are showing you how to play football at your own stadium and away. Home and away is the same thing. Against inferior teams. You have backed your manager 600 million and you can't put away Porto. You can't put away Twente. You can't, go out there and score a goal on Crystal Palace. You're about to play Aston Villa away. You know what Aston Villa has done with half of what you've spent? More, less than half. These lads took on Bayern at home in the Champions League. They haven't been in the Champions League for years. And they won 1-0 to Bayern Munich. The mighty Bayern Munich, who to everyone in the world, they're a top 3 side, right? They've been tearing it up in the German league. And Bayern Munich comes in, heavily favorited, to a Villa team that most of the players don't have Champions League experience. Emi Martinez doesn't really have Champions League experience. Yes, he's been in the World Cup. But a lot of these players on the team do not have, you tell me Duran has it coming from Chicago Fire, Oli Watkins, McGinn, Barkley sort of with Chelsea, but, a lot of these players aren't at the level of, you compare them, right? You put the 2 squads next to each other, Bayern is better, top to bottom. Harry Kane, you put Harry Kane, Oli Watkins, and Duran in the same room, most people are taking Harry Kane. Kimmich in the same room as Onana and Tielemans. You're taking Kimmich, and they still managed to win. Unai Emery was at one point available for hire, and Man United stuck it out with Erik ten Hag. How do you do that? How do you do that? How has that happened? If you take in consideration his Arsenal, tenure, they didn't, win the European trophy in the Europa League, but he got them to a final. How many times? That's the second time Arsenal has been in the European final, and Unai Emery took them to one. And with a bunch of kids. That team, if you look at the squad, the starting 11 should not have been there. They lost to a team in Chelsea who were overachieving at the time, had a world-class player in Eden Hazard, They were a decent side. Arsenal should have never been there. Unai Emery does nothing but overachieve. And, United just stuck it out with Ten Hag. And they need to get rid of this lad. Before it gets worse, they need to get rid of Bruno Fernandes, and then a new era will start with Ineos, and that's when we'll see Man United be at a better state, because it doesn't get worse than 13th place and not being able to beat Twente at home. It doesn't get worse. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Leave a comment down below if you think Ten Hag and Bruno Fernandes should still be here in January. I don't believe so. Cash in as soon as possible for Bruno and get rid of Ten Hag. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.